The mind is a magnet. I'll share with you my thoughts on it. This is the Think Your Reality podcast, episode number 78. Hang on, here we go.
Your destiny is by your design. Getting what you want in your professional life is gained by following a series of steps created by your mindset. Are you ready to start the journey? This is the Think Your Reality podcast. Here's Mike Sims.
Hey, it's Michael, and this is the Think Your Reality podcast. And as always, so grateful to have you along with me and hoping to hear some of your success stories. This is also going to be put to YouTube. So if you're listening to it on YouTube, please subscribe, like the channel. More importantly, leave me a comment below, as I would love to interact with you and work maybe one-on-one with you to get you further along your path. The practical approach to what I talk about, and that is to think your reality. We think and we attract ourselves to things good or bad. It is absolutely time for more good for you. What we concentrate on in our mind, we tend to move toward. Let's discuss. So let me start by asking you a couple of questions. First, what if we changed the way we think and view things? What if we changed the way we feel about ourselves and walked and talked about like the person we want to be? Share a story with you. During the golden age of Hollywood, there's a gentleman named Archibald Leach who became Cary Grant. He literally thought himself into what he believed himself to be a major motion picture leading man, and the world followed suit. I'm talking about the very tangible thing that you wish to become. Are you acting that part now? And if not, why not? If you continue walking in the same path you always did, you'll end up where you always were. Change doesn't necessarily need to be drastic. It does need to be immediate. So the immediate change can be done in a variety of ways, through prayer, meditation, visualization, which I'm a huge fan of, and even more so, speaking your intentions out loud. Also having a wish board or a vision board, which is a wall or a box full of pictures of items that you want and places you want to see. You need to say exactly what you want. I'm going to say that again. You need to say or to articulate audibly exactly what you want. Your subconscious mind hears it, accepts it as gospel truth, brings about the necessary steps. If you've been listening to the podcast, you know that's the basis for the entire Think Your Reality platform. I have mentioned that in previous episodes, that I have an affinity for classic cars. I'm proud to tell you I currently own a 57 Chevy. It's parked in my garage, and I'm working on it with my son. I'm looking for a 1955 Ford Crown Victoria. It has to be black and yellow, and I'll tell you why. That was a car that was owned by my dad, and he had it many, many years ago, and I want one. There's actually a picture of it on my office wall, and I step away from my microphone and I look up, and there it is. I look at it frequently. It constantly reminds me of what it is, or one of the things that I want in my life. I want you to employ that same technique. Have you ever read or listened to something that was so generic and non-committal that you had absolutely no clear idea on what the author or speaker was talking about? We've all done it, right? There was no clear path or vision. So what did you do in that instance? You disconnected, or you closed the book as anyone else would. Your subconscious mind does the same thing. It waits for direction and instruction, but those must be very, very specific. A goal, a time frame on which it will be completed, and a path or method to its completion is absolutely necessary. We've touched on it before. I'll touch on it again. The goal has to be absolutely set in your mind. The time frame is going to be adjusted as you progress, and the path is going to change. And that's fine. But the end goal never does. Have you ever heard of, and yes, you have one, a reticular activator? It sounds like something out of Star Trek or Star Wars, depending upon how old you are. It's actually a network of neurons in your brain that is the gatekeeper of information, as I've heard it explained in layman's terms. What we focus on, we attract. We think our reality. We gravitate toward those things we allow in. We allow them in by focusing on them. Immerse yourself in positive information, positive influences, things that build ourselves, and we will get more of that. You allow the negative, you get more of it. You get to choose. Along the lines of you get what you asked for, whatever comes around goes around, or karma, or you reap what you sow. Use this to your great advantage, and you need to do it now. Fast and furious this episode. My name is Mike Sims. This is the Think Your Reality podcast, and I end it the same way every time. I wish you nothing but an absolutely awesome day, as I believe you deserve nothing less. Thank you.